Direct from Studio E, this is MSU Live, a lively look at people and events around Michigan State University campus. Your host for MSU Live is Conrad Hunt.
Thank you, Derek. We have a lovely show lined up for you guys today. My first guest is the lovely LaToya Wilson. She's a psychology major at MSU. And Keon Hunter is my second guest. He's a TC major at MSU. Today we're going to be talking about the men's basketball team and the recent events that's happened on campus involving the police and the tear gas. My first question is, LaToya, how do you feel about the men's basketball team?
Well, I think they're a pretty good team. They were inconsistent throughout the season, but when the tournament came around, they put together the team, and they came through and brought us to the championship game.
I somewhat agree. I think they came through and what was important mattered, but I'm not quite sure what happened, but overall, a pretty decent team.
Okay. Do you think we as regular students get anything from them winning?
Well, I think we gain like a lot of respect from the public just because we make it to the championship game. I'm not sure the incidents that happen on campus with the students, such as the tear gas incidents, really show anything positive about our school.
I think we gain a reputation from whatever happens, because if anything happens, most likely it'll be on the news and it'll cast a negative aura around our school. So if this what happens when we do good or win, then.
Okay. Do any of you guys personally know anybody on the girls or boys basketball team?
No.
Can't say I do.
Okay. Do you think anybody from the team? Oh, okay. Do you think, Kyan, this question is directed towards you. You think Paul Davis is soft in the paint?
Generally, he can be a bit soft in the paint, but I think during the tournament he produced. So I'm gonna say yes and no.
Okay. What is your impression of Tolbert?
From being the number one player in the country to he could definitely, I think he'd do a lot better. I'm not quite sure what happened, why he digressed, but I mean, he used to be the man.
Okay. LaToya, how do you think Tolbert looks?
I guess he's a nice, good-looking guy. I mean, I really don't know him, so I guess he's nice-looking.
Okay. My next question is directed towards the riots. Why do you think people riot?
I guess people just riot just for something to do. I mean, a lot of people would just go out just to do something, just to say we did something, I guess.
I think that there were more riots. I mean, was there something to celebrate? The fact that we got to the Final Four, that was good, but some people don't know how to conduct themselves anyway, so I guess they just want to get tear gas, basically, so I understand.
What is the main factor? Do you think it's alcohol or immaturity?
I probably would say alcohol, because a lot of people just do things that they normally wouldn't do when they're under the influence of alcohol, so I guess alcohol probably played a major factor in that.
I think I would say both, because I guess it's expected, like, okay, we get somewhere really big, everybody's out drinking, so what are we going to do with all this alcohol we get in our system? Just destroy some stuff. So I think it was a mixture of both and immature, because the league, I mean, it's not making us look good at all, so I don't know how to respond.
Okay. On campus 2 years ago, we had a riot. Didn't you guys remember what happened, and could you care to explain?
Well, I remember I was at work and like my boss called in and was like, close this store, because I worked at Sparty's. He was like, close this store, go home, because it's like a riot outside and all this stuff. And that's all I really remember from it.
And where do you work at?
I worked at Sparty's at the time.
Okay.
I went home. I got a bunch of calls talking about, yeah, well, guess what happened, or this happened, or they're riding there, they're flipping cars and stuff like that. So I think I missed all the excitement.
Yes. I personally heard a bus had exploded. Any of you guys know anything about that?
I heard the same thing, but I wasn't there to witness it, so I mean, I guess it happened.
Oh, okay. Now my next question is, were any of you two ever involved in a riot? Any time, place, location?
No.
Can't say that I have.
Okay. Oh, how do you feel about riots in general?
I mean, it's just like pointless. Why would you go out and destroy something? It's like so pointless. So I feel that it's uncalled for.
I think that some of the people, I mean, they just trying to take advantage of the situation just because something happens. Like, okay, well, this time act a fool. So I think there's a bunch of foolish people who go riot and do stuff like that.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to hold that thought. Unfortunately, we have to cut to commercial break because we have some bills to pay and also pay the lovely host. With all that said, we'll be back after these messages. Hello, ladies and gents. We are back in Studio E with my special guests, LaToya Wilson and Cayenne Hunter. Okay, we were talking about the riots and what goes on in MSU. So my next question to you guys is, if you had a chance to participate in a riot and not get caught, would you do it?
No, I would be concerned with my safety first of all. Like, if something was to happen, I'd probably get like trampled or something. So I would not personally get myself involved.
I don't know. I mean, no, because of, like she said, safety issues, because you never know what'll happen. But anytime you get a chance to act a fool, I guess, you know, take advantage of it because you don't get too many chances to do that.
I mean, because you're young, you know?
Right, you know, I guess they expect that, so.
You expect it of you. All right. All right. What's the deal with people burying couches up here? Heard about that?
No, I haven't heard very much about that.
Much.
No, but I believe it though, so.
You believe it?
I can see somebody, you know, getting real drunk off of some beer and just go ahead and bury the couch.
I remember when I used to be in the dorms, people used to steal couches. That happened commonly. That still happening in the dorms nowadays?
Yeah, a lot of my friends tell me that still happens. People steal couches, put them in their room, put them in the bathrooms. So, I mean, I guess it happens still.
Seen a couple in the Red Cedar River, you know. So I guess they do a lot with them.
How do you guys feel about the MSU judicial system?
Well, I think it's pretty fair. I mean, I know like someone who actually works in the judicial system, and they tell me like it's supposedly very fair to other students and all that stuff, and they have like different juries and stuff with students on it. So I guess it'll be fair since it's with peers and stuff.
Okay.
I think I have mixed feelings about that. I mean, yes, they do their job. They try to keep it safe, but I think sometimes they go a little bit too far. Especially the tear gas incident. I think that a lot of unnecessary violence went on, and it wasn't all the students' fault. I think some of it was provoked. So I think they go either way.
Do any of you guys know anybody that was on Grand River the night after the game?
I was on Grand River, but I wasn't participating. I was actually going to Taco Bell, and I see a couple of people like running and acting silly. So, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I was on the phone with my cousin, and he was passing by the street near B-Dubs, and he said it was like 500 people. He saw fireworks, heard maybe gunshots. So I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to stay in my room because if they're shooting, then I probably don't want to go outside.
Okay. So the night after the game, the police tear gassed a lot of people. Do you think they had a sufficient right to do this?
No, I don't think that they had the right to tear gas anyone if it wasn't really anything like that was necessary for them to tear gas people. I mean, if you're just crowded around, it's like, what's the point of tear gassing people? Because, I mean, a lot of people got hurt. And then I seen in the newspaper some guy got hit like in the head with like one of the tear gas canisters. So, I mean, that's really not right. And then I heard a lot of people who like wasn't even involved in the actual riot were tear gassed as well and maced. Like some guy was like randomly maced. So I don't think they had the right.
Well, that has been MSU Live. Tune in next week when we will have RL Deuce and Young Hova going heads up.